Hey guys, and welcome into today's episode of Artemis Anarchy. Today we are talking about content block, some ways to get around it, some ways to maybe help with it, some ways to, feel a bit more relaxed out about it. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump straight into that and let's talk about it. So yeah, today's video slash podcast slash live stream, like I said, we're talking about, content block. Basically what I'm going to do first is tell you what content block is, or what my understanding of content block is anyway. Anyone in the Twitch chat or the comments, correct me down below if I'm wrong about something, but this is what content block is to me. So basically what content block is to me, as I just said, is you just can't think of any good video ideas. You can't come up with things on the spot. You can't think of a game to play if you do gaming videos. You can't think of something to react if you do react videos. You can't think of a cool skateboarding video you want to do. I don't know, whatever you kind of do, and again, bringing skateboarding into it as well. And basically all it is just a mental block. It's like writer's block. You just can't get that idea there, or you've got too many ideas that they just all merge into one and you completely fuck up. You get demotivated to hell and you just can't be fucked doing anything as well, which it's like burning out and running out of ideas all at the same time, or something like that. That's what it is to me anyway. That's how my content block starts to happen. That's how it works for me. So basically, how I get around most of that is, I go around, I watch other YouTubers, I watch smaller creators, I watch people who I think are doing interesting things with their content. Other side, sample name TV. I can't remember where the camera is, so right there. Anyway, go check him out. But even though he plays completely different games to me, I still get better ideas from watching one of his streams because it's something different. It's a new perspective. It's a new type of content. Because again, using him as an example, he does, when he's playing Valorant, he'll do some shoutcasting and stuff like that. Something that I would never think of doing, but it works. It works for him. And then basically that gives me, starts to give me ideas on what can work for me and what I figure is going to work out and what ideas aren't. Even the day of recording this, today's video, that was an Anthem, which was a game I've never played, never heard of until literally last night or the night before, and I was just thinking, you know what, fuck it, let's play it. I want to see what this is all about, and yeah, that's it. I just wanted to play it. It looked like an interesting game because I was going through the indie game hashtag on Twitter. I seen it. It looked pretty interesting. I also had an air bubble there. Anyway, but yeah, that's just the kind of thing I do. I go out looking for the content, even though I'm still got that content block and I can't think of an idea. And yeah, that's how I do it. How I've seen other people do it is they either go out for a break, they go out for a walk, they do a heap of other stuff that's not connected to their content at all. Sometimes that can work for people. It depends on who you are. Obviously my methods work for me, their methods work for them. So just, take a method, try it out. If you ask someone and they give you a method that you don't like, doesn't matter. That's your opinion. It doesn't work for you. So don't be a dick about it and just be like, oh yeah, thanks for nothing, that didn't help at all. It's something that doesn't work for you, but keep it in the back of your mind just in case someone that you know would benefit from that type of, like, I guess, separation from their content to see, like, anything else. I don't know how to word that properly, but, you know, if you get what I mean, I'll try and explain a bit more. Basically, if they take that break from their content and go outside, go away from, like, all their content for, like, a day, or 2 days, or 3 days, whatever. Again, hypocrite talking right here, because I technically make everything into my content that I want. But, yeah, just take a break, go outside, take a walk. If it doesn't work, do something else. Again, do what I sometimes do. I do, like, a variety of, like, different ways of getting my content unblocked, because I do, like, 30 different things. So sometimes I'll go out skating to clear my mind and just not think about my content whatsoever, just think about landing a trick or something like that. And other times I'll go and watch someone like Call Me Kevin, Jacksepticeye, anyone who does, like, really consistent content. And then I'll go and watch someone who doesn't do as consistent content but still keeps it entertaining as well. Which is I think there's a perfect balance between being really consistent and being very, like, selective when you actually upload stuff, if that makes sense, especially for YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and Instagram probably. I don't know. But there's, like, a perfect balance between being consistent and being spread out enough so that other people can watch other things, you know? Like, even if you're not, like, consistent just now and you're just starting YouTube and stuff, don't worry about it. Trust me, you're better off not worrying about it. Just put out videos when you can. I can even speak from experience right now. The algorithm's liking me a lot better now, but that's because I've put out 100 videos, I think. There's something like that. It still doesn't like me, but it's pushing my content a little bit more than it usually did. But, yeah, just keep making your content, keep growing your audience at your pace. Don't expect anything to blow up overnight unless you're meticulously well versed in, like, the algorithms and stuff and you know what works exact. You're not gonna blow up properly. You're gonna blow up if it's luck, really, if you're trying to do it by just spamming a heap of shit. Again, talking from experience, I spam shit on TikTok whenever I feel like it, and then I just don't post for, like, a week. Like, obviously if I kept posting and it was all good funny shit, I'd probably grow a bit quicker. I'll be honest, I don't post enough to grow. I just post enough on there just to fucking have a bit of a laugh and shit, you know? Like, I don't take anything on TikTok seriously. I will say I don't really take anything content-wise seriously, to a certain degree. Like, I'll put in effort to, like, a video or to a stream, but I won't treat everything as, oh, everything's serious, you can't do this, you can't do that. Fuck that. Like, I just couldn't care less, you know? Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush and just say, don't do this, don't do that. Just leave it in. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know? I love fucking saying that just now. But it's true. Like, don't get hung up on one thing not working. Every thing that fails, you can learn from, really. And basically, that's the only way I've done any of this, is just failing shit, reworking it, and then it works. Like, I'll even use, like, my logo, for example. This one, that one, yeah, that one. That one was literally failing a heap of, like, different ideas and then reworking them together. So yeah, exactly like Jedi just typed there. Failure is a step on the ladder to success. Sometimes. Well, it is all the time, but it's also not the full thing. You don't want to rely on every failure to teach you something good. Not every failure does that. Some failures can even be just after a while it starts failing. But that's a problem with, that's the thing with content creation in general, is you have to keep changing it up and changing it up. You have to keep everything consistent and solid, but you need to be changing it up little bits at a time. It's gradual change all the time. Just keep improving. It might be in the way you speak. Obviously, if you went and watched the first episode of Artemis Anarchy, I do not talk that fast in Artemis Anarchy episode 1. So yeah, and I'm a lot less. I think I'm a lot more relaxed about it now that I've I even talk into the camera a lot more. I actually look you guys in the eye and actually talk to you. Yeah, my eyes dart around the room a bit, but that's just a natural thing for me. I do that all the time. So basically, yeah, basically that's how I do shit. And even on my fuck ups, I call them out like I just did there. Like I did just fuck up there. I should point out that it was the fuck up I was pointing out. But yeah, sometimes I do talk really fast, and I was actually talking to my mate last night about this, and he would come on the podcast and you guys would not understand him at all. Yeah, exactly, Jedi. Look at your past content, see what worked, see what didn't. Watch VOD video, remind yourself of what you're capable of, think of a way to improve it. Exactly. That is 100% accurate what Jedi just said. But I was actually, like I said, I was talking to my mate about how fast I speak to them, and then how slow I actually speak on here. They watched my video the other day, and they notice how quick I can speak when I'm not speaking to you guys and everything, because you guys wouldn't understand me if I was talking full speed. And with them, I tend to just speak very fast because they speak very fast as well, but I can still understand them when they're full on going 100 miles an hour. And the fact that I talk with a bit more of an accent when I'm off camera and stuff as well, that's also the other thing. I do feel like I'm speaking a bit quicker just now, but that's just because I'm a bit more used to it. I know how to articulate my words a bit more. Whoa, that was a big word. Small brain, big word. That is not a good combo. Anyway, we're gonna move on from me using a big word there. But yeah, you've got to always look at your own content. I know what most of you guys are going to say in the comments or in the chat just now. I don't this is the exact quote I bet you guys are thinking when you hear go back and watch your own videos, or go back and see what went well with your videos or VODs or streams. I don't like to hear my own voice. That's a quote. I bet almost a good chunk of you guys are thinking those exact words. I do not like hearing my own voice. Some of you might be egotists and be like, oh, I love my own voice, but that's why I said most. But yeah, I'll actually give you guys a tip that actually helped with me the first few times I was editing, and it may sound a bit silly, but put music on, any music, doesn't matter what it is. I would say more preferably things with lyrics that are quite chill as well. That's what I used anyway, and that tends to help, even though you can't hear you can still hear your voice. You just have the music on very low, but you're not focusing on your voice as much. Or that's what I found, anyway. But yeah, like you said, Jed, I think we use our voice as an excuse to be lazy. Yes and no. I get some people really dislike hearing their own voice because it's like a bit of a like, you're like watching someone that is also like, it's weird to explain. I can't remember the actual term for it, but I wouldn't say imposter syndrome, but that's definitely wrong. That's more when you just think you're not doing the stuff that you're doing. Big believer in that. But I will say I do have that imposter syndrome all the time. It's just I don't listen to it anymore. I just kind of push it aside and just kind of get on with it. Like, again, being 100% honest, I just see it as another thing. It's just another thing that comes with a job, really, and the stream and everything like that. It's something that I think I can accept a lot more pretty quickly. Like, I know some people have like really hard imposter syndrome, like whenever they're streaming and stuff, because they don't want, well, they want the attention, but they don't want the attention as well, because again, they feel like they don't deserve it, all that. Again, I ain't no fucking psychologist. I couldn't tell you why it happens. I can tell you why it happens in my brain and why I push it aside, but that's the only thing. And again, the other reason I push it aside is just because it's just something that gets in the way. And it's a good thing to have in a way as well. I'm not saying it's good to think you're not worth, like, you know, all the like views and stuff you're getting. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a good problem because, especially for smaller creators, especially the ones that don't blow up like mega quick, because fuck blowing up mega quick, it gets you used to that, and like you do eventually start to see that you're building your own shit. Me personally, I'll probably never see it that way. I'll see it as like I just got lucky in some way, even though luck doesn't really come into my life, but you know. Anyway, we're not going to touch on that. That's a discussion for a different day. We're not deep diving into my mental health. That's just a wacky and wonderful place sometimes. We just love, there's a lot of chaos in there. But yeah. Like, just don't, yeah. It's not luck, it's hard work, yeah. Basically, how I would say it would be, content creation is like 5% luck. The rest of it is putting in that effort, the rest of it's putting in that time. And I'm not saying like stream all day every day or make YouTube content all day every minute. Do little bits that improve your streams, or improve, like, go learn how to edit properly or something like that. Do a little bit of logo design, redesign your logo about a million fucking times until you land on one that's actually good, like I did with that one, because that has taken me a year to get with what I'm fully happy with. And watch me say that, and then watch in about 3 months, I'll probably change that again. I can almost guarantee you I will change that again. It's just something, again, it's just, I want to jump between things so much that I've got to consistently change everything. And yeah, like that long way, that it's a good point, Jedi. It'll probably be fucking earlier than that, I will be honest, but I was using that as a I was using that as a baseline, really. But yeah, like, again, we've went on such a big tangent from what's it called, content block. But I mean, kind of that's all the content block talk was about, was just to transition between different parts of streaming again, because I do need to talk about the streaming side of things instead of skating all the time. But even like making any content in general, when you get that content block, just try and ignore it. I don't know if you guys get what I mean by try and ignore it. Like, don't try and make content while you can't think of ideas or it'll come out shit. But like, toy around with ideas. See what you can make with your ideas and do all that kind of stuff. And basically what you end up with after that content block can be 100 times better, or it can be like, basically fuck all. It's a 50-50 chance usually. Probably more of a 25% chance, to be honest. 75% it might be good, but there's still a good chunk of it that can be bad. Or maybe you've used the right idea for the wrong type of game or the wrong type of content. Like, maybe you've used a good idea for like a skate video for gaming content. Like, I'm trying to think of an example that I've done. Probably when I did Skater XL. Like, that was a good video. I'll say that I liked that video and it fit the type of content I was trying to do with it. But that would have been better. Yeah, that would have been better if I took my time with it more, if I made it more look like part of the game a lot more, instead of trying to film it like an actual street part. Whereas that probably would have been better for a skating video, you know, like an IRL skating video, if that makes sense. But yeah, Jedi, I know. Yes, I like skating. Couldn't you tell? Nah, you can't tell. Not with all the skate. Actually, I've not done a lot of skate YouTube videos yet. Coming soon to a YouTube channel near you. Artemis Skates. Anyway, that might be a good idea for a YouTube channel, actually. I'll go and make a secondary YouTube channel called that just in case. But yeah, anyway, again, there we go. I've been on a content block for the past like 3 days. I've still put out consistent content, but I'm still in that content block kind of area. I'm not thinking about what content I can do. I'm just making it up as I go along and hoping it works. And that's how most of my shit goes. I'm always on a massive content block. It's just I look through enough stuff and vary it enough that my content block changes as I'm changing to another type of content and another way of doing content. And I keep hitting this fucking mic, and I apologize if you guys can even hear it. I don't know, but like, again, it's just what I've got to do for me personally is take a minute, look at it from a different perspective. Like, look at my content from a different perspective. Maybe you look at it more of a is more of a viewer than you know, someone who's criticizing every little fucking detail. Because like, that's what I tend to do when I go back and watch my videos, is I go through it, I watch the full 20, 15, 12, whatever minutes, however many minutes long it is, and especially when it's been edited like heavily, I will pick out little bits that just piss me off. And there seems to be one just now that really pisses me off, and it's just my timing's a little bit off with some of my like cuts. Like, I can cut it in very well and I can cut it in very bad. and there's a sweet spot in there somewhere, and I just need to hit that sweet spot. And once I do, I think I'll be actually happy with making my videos. I just need to use more L cuts and J cuts, to be honest. That's what I need to do. That's all I need to do, really. But it's just annoying to go through a video, cut it up to the sections I want. I started like, fuck there, holy fuck. But I cut it into the sections I want, and then it fucks up. Like, I'll just do something wrong, and I don't notice it in the moment. And then when I go to watch a full video a couple weeks later, it's like, oh fuck. Like, no one else picks up on it, but I pick up on it because, like, or I don't notice anyone else picking up on those massive fuck ups. Like, no one's ever said, like, about those massive fuck ups. Well, the fuck ups that I consider massive. That's what I would say. Like, it's just something that tends to piss me off, and it does get in the way sometimes of my editing, and I get too picky, and then I burn myself out from editing, and then I don't want to edit. But yeah, that is kind of the whole thing with, like, this line of work, I guess. I don't know, I'm not going to say it's a job yet, because, like, I'm not saying I'm not doing good, but, like, I'm not doing the best I could be, probably. I just need to, you know, get everything in my mind sorted first before I start doing every sort of content on every sort of platform that I need to. Because, like, I've been waking up earlier, but I still don't feel motivated until, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon to actually start making videos. Like, which I don't mind, but I also don't get in the mood to skate until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which is the very pain in the ass way. But that will be less and less as I keep waking up early. That makes sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I make sense. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so, like, what else do you guys want to talk about while I finish up talking about the last bit of content block kind of thing? And my very last piece of advice is literally go and find what works for you. Like, yeah, content fatigue. Yeah, okay, we can talk about content fatigue. Right, okay. So, this one I'm not as knowledgeable about, so get Jedi to maybe type what content fatigue is, or I'll search up at the same time. Don't worry about it. Cause, like, there's a big difference between them, and I don't want to get it wrong. Getting bored with what's out there. Right, okay, yes, that actually builds up on the thing I was saying about always changing your content up a bit, like little bits at a time here and there. Okay, that actually piles on properly. Right, so, like, when you do notice that you're seeing that same shit all the time, all the same variation of it, what's probably the most recent version of that? I'd say reaction content, stuff like that. Especially on YouTube. Like, I'm fed up of seeing it. Like, especially certain things. Some people can do it really, really well, but you can tell the people who are just doing it just because it's getting views, and that's what annoys me. TikTok trends are a great example as well. I don't mind them as much. The only reason I don't get content fatigue from them is because I'm in that many different sides of TikTok that I don't get a lot of the same content all the time. I get very different things, and that is a good thing. Especially like varying your content and making different content for different sides of, like, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. that's the best thing about doing stuff the way I'm doing them. As much as people say that I spread myself out too much, it's a good problem to have for me. I just love not having to worry about, like, you know, everyone liking it. I just, that certain side of TikTok just gets it when they get it, you know? Like, I never fully go into like one specific side. Like, I don't go into skate talk all the time, or I won't go into, I don't know, streamer talk all the time, because fuck that place. If you're in there constantly, I feel sorry and I apologize for you. Like, I feel genuinely sorry for you if you're stuck in streamer talk all the time. Fuck that shit. I get to some weird sides of TikTok and it's just, it's funny. It's just funny to see. I don't avoid it. Like, I know it's toxic as hell, but I don't avoid it for two very specific reasons. One, if there's something I need to talk about, especially for the podcast or something, that gets brought up in it. And two, it's just funny to watch people get toxic about shit. Like, sometimes I get annoyed at some shit because people are trying to tell people what to do with their streams. Like, it's their stream. Like, I know I make the joke that I manage, which is quote unquote manage, certain people's streams, but again, mine's is a joke. We literally may make a joke out of it, and Queenie stream it all the time. It's actually devolved to the point where apparently Queenie is a robot and me and Timeless are the engineers. Yeah, I don't know how it got there, don't ask. We don't have an answer, okay? It just kind of slightly went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick, basically. But like, yeah, like, again, avoiding streamer talk is a good thing, especially if you don't want to hear that toxic shit all the time. But it's also a good thing to be in, because like, you can get into certain parts of streamer talk. Like, there's like a sub streamer talk, as if it were, and those are like the really chilled streamers, the really fun streamers that you can sit there and watch, or like, they actually talk things through and are respectful to each other. Like, they might disagree to all fuck, but they actually, you know, respect like each other's opinion and shit. Guess where my TikTok is private, I just don't bother. Yeah, exactly. The reason my TikTok isn't private or anything is just because I love pissing people off. That's like my core thing. Like, I'm very good at pissing people off. Yeah. I'm very good at pissing people off when I want to piss people off. When I don't want to piss people off, I have a way of like bullshit my way out of confrontation all the time. That's the best way I can word it. I bullshit my way out of mad arguments all the time. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's fun to piss people off though. Like, I've not pissed anyone off in a while. Like, it's not my main aim is to piss people off. It's just, I'm good at it. I've noticed that I'm good at annoying people a lot. And, you know, it's just part of the whole thing. And yeah, I'm not here to please anyone specific. I'm not here to tell you that everyone's doing a good job all the fucking time. I'm here to be, you know, real. I'm not gonna bullshit you. Anyone, even me, I don't bullshit myself. Like, yes, I could make it as a content creator if I put 110% into it, but I'm just not doing that yet. I need to if I wanted this to work, but I'm just not doing it because it's even putting 110, 120, 200% into it. It's not going to make a difference if the content isn't executed properly or anything. But like I said, once I do get the wireless lavalier mic that I can get, I will be doing, skate streams and all that stuff. I just need to get power bank and stuff as well, just for the GoPro and for the portable Wi-Fi that is sitting literally above you guys right now. Maybe a bit to the right, but that's about it. Or left. Is that the right? Is that right for you guys? I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Because camera's flipped. Yeah. Or, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because, like, everything's on the left. That's the left side. Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I get confused because I keep forgetting how my camera actually looks sometimes. But, like, if I flip it back, it looks weird to me. Like, everything here is, well, every bit of writing is backwards, obviously. So, but that's the only bad thing. But yeah, so, what I'm also gonna do, maybe eventually, if I get spray paint, eventually, which I will be getting because I'll be getting a very specific type of spray paint, because once I start making my own handmade boards, I will be spraying them and doing like spray paint art on them, especially for my board as well. But basically what I'm going to do with this wall is firstly cover up whatever random shit that is. That actually doesn't say fuck all. It literally has random fucking drawings all over it because I get bored very easily. But yeah. What we're gonna do with that wall is actually I might like spray certain I might actually make that the creator of the week wall. I might spray paint on each creator of the week and start from like the roof. Well, start from like the top there, like right at the top, and then just like, just have like a stencil for each person. Like, maybe not, like, I might not write their name, I might just get their logo, print it out, and make a stencil out of their logo. Or their logo at the time, I should say, more specifically. I'm not going to change it every time they change their logo. But, even if I put, like, their name just small under it, it'll be enough to, like, for me to know at least who's who. But, that might be a thing, I don't know yet, I've not decided. It would be just probably black spray paint with the shape of their logo. And I think that's how I would do it. Anyway, that is the second last thing I need to talk about. Last thing I need to talk about, especially if you're a skater, right? Especially if you're a skater, especially if you want to learn to skate, I need to talk about this because I did experience it today/yesterday when I was out skating. Okay? Right. So, if there are any skaters in chat or skaters watching this podcast still, if you're still at the end of the video, I don't know, type I like skate in the comments, whatever. I don't care. Just write random bullshit, like literally the words random bullshit, if you're still at the end of this video. That felt horrible to say, I'm gonna be honest, I hated saying that, but let's see what happens with that. Anyway, right, back to the point. Right, skaters, anyone who skates, anyone who wants to learn to skate. Skaters, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Anyone who's like new to like any sort of skating in any sort of way, like may it be the like skate games, anything like that. Especially if you're learning skating, the first thing you need to do, don't think about doing kickflips. Like, this isn't the main point I'm making, but firstly, don't have a trick that is your end all, basically. So, like, I'll explain what I mean, right? So for me, personally, for skating, I wanted to learn a kickflip as fast as I could, right? There's a problem with that. The fact that I didn't do like the front 180, the back 180, whatever, right? I didn't do like the steps building up to it. I didn't do a shove it. I didn't do a pop shove it. I didn't do a heel flip, whatever, right? The problem with my landing now is that I can't land anything new until I land a kickflip. It's like there's a mental block that stops me from landing anything else, because it's like, you've not landed a kickflip. You can't land anything else yet until you land a kickflip, you know? And basically, what I would say is get that out of your head right now. If anyone who's been skating a while knows what I'm talking about, has that same feeling, like with a certain trick, like you can't land anything else until you land this one trick, that's kind of what I'm speaking about. It's basically trick block in a way for skaters. Anyone who has skated before, who is new to skating, anything like that. I don't know how to word this. And I don't know how to get rid of that whole thing that it's just there. I can't do any other trick. Like, I know how to pop shove it, I know how to land a pop shove it, but my back foot won't commit because I don't know. It's like when I do commit to it, it's like my front foot wants to do a kickflip the second I commit, and it's weird. It's weird as shit, and I don't know why it does it. But I find it funny as well, because it's like, I know what the problem is. I'm just not landing a kickflip, which means I can't land any other trick. Which means I also don't know how to do any other trick officially. But with things like, you know, skater trainers and all that, I probably should get a set of skater trainers to learn a stationary kickflip. But the thing is, I can't seem to do stationary kickflips. I can only do them moving. Like, I can do the flick and all that, like, stationary. I can land back foot stationary, but I feel more confident doing them moving than I do when they're, you know, not moving, obviously. It's just, I don't know. It's hard to describe, especially to people who don't know what I'm meaning. Especially, like, because maybe this is just a me problem as well. But, like, there's always that one trick that you'll have in the back of your mind, I think, that just is the one trick that you have to do before everything else. And I think that's what kickflip is for me. So that's when I tend to get slightly annoyed when people try to say, learn this before doing a kickflip, learn that before doing a kickflip to get your kickflips better. It's the fact that I can't learn them until I learn a kickflip, because my mind's just laser focused on landing that kickflip or landing that specific trick. Let me know what your guys' tricks if you are skaters. If you don't skate, I recommend picking up a board. I'm not going to say skating is not for everyone. It's not everyone's type of thing. But if you've never tried skating before, don't buy a cheap board. No, that's cardinal sin. Buy from your local shop, obviously. And if you can't, just see if they've got an online store first and all that. But I highly recommend you at least try skating to see if you like it. Buy an Artemis handmade board? Not yet. We don't have that yet. Once those are, I might do, like, once in a while I'll do like a giveaway for a board or something. That's probably what I'll do, especially for, like, you know, the ones that I know are skaters and stuff like that. Or even if they want a specific board that's decorated and stuff for decoration purposes or whatever, like, I can make certain things, like, I can make certain things easy, I can make certain things good enough, but like, there's some things that I do get very specific about. But yeah, once I do start making handmade boards, I will let you guys know, obviously, but that's a bit off for a while. I think that's going to be end of summer, start maybe like middle to end of summer, that I will be able to make my own handmade boards, which is probably the worst time to start a board company. When it starts to get that horrible way. But once I do learn how to make them and stuff, I will be starting it as soon as possible. And I will be, obviously there will be limited amount of boards, there'll be limited shapes for the first like while. There'll be a limited amount per month, per week, whatever. I might make just a monthly batch and tell you guys exactly how many there are. But I'm wanting to do this 100% funded by myself. If that makes sense. I know it's probably, again, not a good idea, because if it doesn't work, I'm fucked. But if it does work, it's also a good thing. But obviously, eventually, if I was making it a full-blown, absolute 100% company and all that stuff, like, I'll start it as just selling boards here and there that are just handmade and stuff like that. But once I start, you know, picking up everything, it keeps going, everything keeps going, everything gets put together and all that stuff, that's when everything will just be on go mode all the time. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, I think we're gonna wrap up that podcast there for today. Hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Artemis Anarchy. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. What else? If you're a skater, skate, land that trick, you know the deal. If you don't skate and you want to learn to skate, pick up a board. It doesn't have to be amazing quality for start. It's a board to push around. And if you are beginning and you don't know what to do to get confident on your board, push it everywhere. Just push it up and down your street, push it to school, to wherever you, to college, whatever you do, you know. And anyway, that's going to be it for Artemis Anarchy episode 25. That's madness to me. Anyway, see you guys in a bit, and yeah, peace.